Hello friends, welcome to the NCERT sessions. In this video, I am going to explain the third chapter of Geography, NCERT class 6. The title of the chapter is Motions of the Earth. As we all know, the Earth has two types of motions. One is rotation and the other is revolution. Rotation means the movement of the Earth on its axis. That is, the Earth rotates around itself. Next, we have revolution. Revolution means the movement of the Earth around the Sun in a fixed path or orbit. This is called revolution. Next point here is the axis of the Earth, which is an imaginary line. This we saw in the previous chapter, that Earth has an imaginary line which makes an angle of 66.5 degrees with its orbit plane. So the plane formed by this orbit is called orbital plane. And the next point here is, due to the spherical shape of the Earth, only half of its side gets light from the Sun at a time. So the portion facing the Sun experiences day, while the other half which do not face the Sun experiences the night. Here the circle that divides the day from night on a globe is called circle of illumination. As we all know, the Earth takes about 24 hours to complete one rotation around its axis. The period of rotation is known as Earth day. Here you can see the circle of illumination means, see, the Earth is tilted at 66.5 degree. So the side of the Earth which is facing the Sun experiences day, and which do not faces the Sun experiences night. Here you can see the Earth's equator. Okay, so generally it has to be like this, but it is tilted to 66.5 degrees. This is called inclination of the Earth's axis. Next we have revolution. What is revolution? The Earth which is revolving around the Sun is called revolution. So it takes 365 1/4 days, that is 1 year, to revolve around the Sun. That is to say exactly 365 days and 6 hours. But we ignore these 6 hours for the sake of convenience. And this 6 hours saved every year are added to make one day 24 hours over 4 years. That is, we get leap year. So on a leap year, instead of 28 days in February, we get 29 days. Such a year with 366 days is called leap year. Here one more important thing is, the Earth is going around the Sun in an elliptical orbit. So as we all know, the year is usually divided into summer, winter, spring and autumn seasons. So we experience seasons because of the position of the Earth around the Sun changes. Here we have one important thing here which is very important. See, we have Sun here. So here this is the Earth. When the Sun's rays falls here, that part of the Earth experiences winter in the northern hemisphere, which we call it as winter solstice, which is on 22nd December. So the other side experiences, or the southern hemisphere experiences, summer. Next coming here, summer in the northern hemisphere, that is summer solstice, which is on 21st June, and winter in the southern hemisphere. Next we have equinox, that is autumn in one side and spring on the other side, that is on 23rd September. Next we have spring season on 21st March. So spring on one side and autumn on the other side. Here you can see, on 21st June, the northern hemisphere is tilted towards the Sun. The rays of the Sun fall directly on the Tropic of Cancer. As a result, these areas receive more heat. So the areas near the poles receive less heat as the rays of the Sun are slanting. So the North Pole is inclined towards the Sun, and places beyond the Arctic Circle experiences continuous daylight for about 6 months. This large portion of the northern hemisphere is getting light from the sun. So it is summer in this region. So the longest day and the shortest night at these places occur on 21st June. So at this time, southern hemisphere experiences all the opposite conditions, that is these are reversed. So it is winter season here, the nights are longer and the days are shorter. So the position of the earth is called summer solstice. Next, on 22nd December, the Tropic of Cancer receives direct rays from the sun as the south pole tilts towards it, as we saw in the diagram. So as the sun's rays fall vertically on the Tropic of Capricorn, that is 23.5 degrees south, larger portion of the southern hemisphere gets light. Therefore, it is a summer in the southern hemisphere with longer days and shorter nights. The reverse happens in the northern hemisphere. That is, the position of the earth is called winter solstice. Next, on 21st March and September 23rd, direct rays are falled on the equator. At this position, neither of the poles is tilted towards the sun, so the whole earth experiences equal days and nights. So this is called equinox. On 23rd September, it is autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. The opposite is the case on 21st March. What is said here? On 23rd September, autumn season in the northern hemisphere and spring season in the southern hemisphere. So on 21st March, what it happens? It will be spring season in the northern hemisphere and autumn season in the southern hemisphere. So because of these rotations and revolutions, we see the changes in the seasons. Okay, this is all about the third chapter. Thank you.